Hey everybody, how's it going? I'm the Tmeister, and welcome back to Arghamel. In today's episode, guys, what my strategy is, what I want to do today, is I want to unlock our trains. So we have to reach a population of 9,500 people, but I will start by saying we have taken a little bit of a hit in our population, and the reason for that is I've chosen to remove the few assets that snuck their way into this map. I just want it to be 100% fair. I want to use no assets whatsoever. So we're again using some basic mods, as you can see in my menus here. I went over all that in episode 1, so if you want to check that out. But we're using basic mods and no assets whatsoever, no exceptions. I just felt like that's the direction I wanted to take with this series. So I removed the few houses that have popped up, and that's taken quite a toll on our population. We've lost about like 1,500 people, but that's not a huge problem because they're just going to be replaced in our zones, like our empty lots here. They're going to rebuild in no time, so I'm not too worried about that. So what we can do now is let's fill in this little spot here. Might as well, there's a little bit of room to play with, and that'll help raise our population figures. And once we get into the trains, guys, you'll see what is going to happen then. Remember in the last episode, we had talked about expanding our industries a little bit more west, or no, that it would be south in this case. This is north. But yeah, over in this corner here, like by this interchange, geez, I couldn't even think of the word. But yeah, over by this interchange, I want to make this main line right here, industries, and this other line right beside it, this is going to be our passenger rail line. So I'm going to separate both of them just so we can achieve maximum rail line efficiency. So all the industries are going to go in this corner here, so we're going to relocate this whole thing. But before we can do that, we must get our population up to 9,500 people. So we're going to try to do that in this episode. But yeah, we'll see how it goes. It might be a little challenging too because we're a bit limited on our demand right now. Residential demand is quite low, so that's obviously going to affect how quickly we can get to 9,500 people. But anyways, we'll try to figure it out here as we go. We're running out of room too. Well, not really. I mean, we have all of this to play with, but I kind of wanted to reserve this entire part for like some more specialty buildings and stuff that we're going to unlock eventually. So the second area that I'm going to expand, I think, is over here by our beaches. So this is going to be like a huge residential section here. Once we unlock some specialty districts, such as like tourism or leisure and tourism, those will probably be like there'll probably be like a main section along these beaches here. So it'll kind of end up looking like, I don't know, it'll be cool. Nice hotels and stuff by the beaches. That'll be pretty nice. But overall, I'm pretty satisfied with the way the city's going. Like, I mean, we're doing really well for cash. And I think the reason that, remember, like, since starting this series, guys, I'm always going on about how difficult the game was or appeared to be when I first got it, like 4 years ago or 5 years ago, and now it just seems so much easier. I think the reason for that is because when I first got the game, I was so unfamiliar with the way it worked. I was constantly checking like how everything was going, and I was playing the game at somewhat of a higher rate of speed, and I wasn't giving my city enough time to accumulate some funds. So as you can see here, just in like the first 5 minutes of this episode, we've accumulated like $50,000. So if you're patient and willing to give the game enough time, you can certainly accumulate enough money to where it makes the game a little easier. So with the spare cash that we have, oh yeah, and it looks like we have already achieved our population that we had in the last episode, so we're doing good. But yeah, so we have a little extra cash now. Let's plop down a couple of services just to keep our citizens happy, because that is not our main goal, but a very important goal nonetheless. Oh, perfect spot for a fire station. All right, so we have police station, fire station. Let's get a hospital over here. Oh my God. Holy crap, guys. How much was 60,000 for the police headquarters and 60,000 for the fire station? Okay, I take everything I was just saying right back, guys. Oh my God, okay. You know, I was thinking, oh, $150,000, like we can plop 10 fire stations if we wanted to. Holy crap, was I ever wrong. All right, no, I take everything back, guys. City Skylines is hard as hell. All right. But I don't regret placing down those 2 services, because look at all the citizens that are being upgraded. Well, not right now, but I saw there was a little influx of little green arrows popping up, so that's always a good sign. And look at that, our demand went way up too, so that was probably to our advantage to upgrade those services, because obviously people are going to move in if vital services are readily available in the city. I kind of screwed up all my zones around here. I'm probably going to redo this, but I'll wait until I can plop down like some bigger buildings and stuff. And I'm excited to get started on the waterfront too. Like right now, it's just like this whole area is just kind of, I feel like I rushed through it. I could have maybe spent a little bit more time making everything and planning everything out better, but we'll do that at some stage. Yeah, so for this little corner, I think I might ignore that for now, because I want to, I kind of want to reorganize it in some way. But yeah, this whole area, guys, is going to change as downtown develops. We'll embark on some mini projects and things. So yeah. Let me just slow the game speed down here. I want to figure out what I want to do here, because obviously this highway is running right through like what's eventually going to become a huge residential district, and I kind of want to plan this as if a lot of this was kind of like rezoned. So I haven't really talked about this yet, but there's 2 ways you can play City Skylines. There's the aesthetic way, or there's like the strategic way. Well, I guess there's more than 2 ways to play the game. I mean, it's kind of limitless, but like I usually play the game aesthetically, like with Timbuktu and Chenov stock. Of course, I'm playing it as aesthetically as it can get, plopping every single building down in the game. Oh, it looks like we have almost all of our roads. Oh, you know what? We have some extra cash. Let's upgrade this avenue here. Make everybody happy. But yeah, like I was saying, that you can play the game strategically, where nothing is realistic at all, but everything is really efficient. And yeah, so that's one way to play the game. Or you can play it realistically, or aesthetically, and make everything look nice or realistic, or whatever your goal is. But in this case here with Arghamel, I'm gonna try to play it as both, but I want the realism aspect to be present in Arghamel as well. So this interchange right here, like naturally go back 60 years or like whenever this highway was built right through downtown, this avenue may have gone right straight through just like this, you know? This looks like the kind of city that everything is like in a grid pattern, so this avenue would have probably went out up until here or whatever, and this highway would have destroyed all of that. So I gotta kind of plan around that, and that's one more disadvantage of having like all these highways laid out already, because it removes from that experience of having to build an interchange and destroying a whole bunch of houses. I don't know, right now it's kind of my biggest complaint about this map. In the beginning I was kind of excited about the highways being all laid down and whatever, but now I'm kind of regretting it a little bit just because of that. But it's not too much of a big deal, guys. Like, I think we'll live through it. And there is possibility that we may have to expand on some highways at some point. So it's totally not the end of the world. Like, I'm sure that there's other opportunities that are going to pop up for highway construction. We'll just have to see and wait it out. So yeah, let's get some houses down and some commercial here and there. And actually, let's do some high density maybe over here right by the highway. That'd be kind of cool. So, oh yeah, maybe I can make a road go under here. I don't really want to have to redo this whole thing. It's kind of unnecessary, but what we could maybe do, this avenue here, we can maybe continue, or we can maybe imagine that this was the avenue at some point. Like, it may be curved and went into town over here. So this area could have been like completely redone and a new avenue could be built, maybe going like out here somewheres. I don't know, guys. Like, cities are developed in so many different ways. I mean, you can't just assume that everything was built in one particular fashion. But yeah, we're doing good, guys. I'm actually really liking this city. Plenty of potential. And so what if we're running into some little issues and things like that? I mean, it's all part of the game, and it adds to the realism of being a city planner, right? Like this highway, like I know we redid these interchanges last episode, but I'm probably gonna redo them at some point. Maybe have something a little bit more fancy. I'm kind of thinking of doing like the Montreal tunnel system, like having a tunnel go right through downtown, with only like a few little segments popping up, but still having those segments sunken in the ground. That would be really cool. And maybe like instead of having these diamond interchanges, we could have like some random little strings of exits coming out. Maybe have them pop up here where we have so much space. Infrastructure projects like that are kind of like my favorite thing to build in the game. Okay, so where we stand right now, we're at 8,300 people, only about 1,000 or so to go until we unlock the trains. How about we start to expand already over here where our train tracks are? So what I am going to do now is, where is the, I'm going to drag an industrial road. Are these tracks running like perfectly east or north or whatever? Not really, but I'm going to follow. I'm going to follow their path. And that was kind of a waste of money because that ends up there. Maybe I should have built it closer to here. But I think I'm eligible for a partial refund. Yes, I am. Good. So yeah, I'm gonna start laying down the road infrastructure for our industry relocation. I'm not gonna cheat, guys. I'm not gonna use Move It for moving this. I'm gonna pay my $10,000. I will gladly pay that much just to keep the game as legit as possible. But yeah, we're gonna start to slowly relocate our industries over here. And actually what I've just built here leaves a lot of room for potential. Look at this right here, guys. We may have to redo this interchange as well and have like this link up to this main avenue here. And that would be really advantageous because then trucks can simply go like in and out of this highway if they want to export their goods going out this way. So there we go, guys. There's like a major infrastructure project right here. And I'm sure there'll be more. It's kind of a bummer that we missed out on this one. Like, it's nice that it's already pre-built, but anyway, I'll stop being upset about that. Alright, so our industrial demand is quite high. So let's start to place down our industries. Now, I want to place them down somewhat efficiently here, but I'm no expert in playing the game efficiently. I know some of you guys are all about efficiency and you like to play the game that way, and like the lengths that some people go to make these efficient systems. Like, I'm talking about like bus depots, like custom bus depots and train loops and all sorts of stuff that people build. Like, it's crazy. So how are we doing on power? We still have lots of power to go around, but I'm probably going to relocate all of our power plants over here, but I don't want to do that right now because it's kind of expensive. So let's future-proof this area for now. And I think I'm going to keep this factory here. That looks badass right there. So yeah, before all these get abandoned, I'm going to place down a new power plant. And let's maybe have some power lines running here. Let's make something look cool over here. Anyway, let's run those power lines over here. And we're also going to need some water. Water availability is good. However, our sewage treatment could be improved. So let's get on that as soon as we can. What's wrong with the sewage treatment? We have a lot of pipes over here. Do we have any new options? What's this? Eco Inland Water Treatment Plant. That's the eco version. It's only $4,000, so that's pretty cheap. Now I forget if this produces ground pollution. It must. Yes, it does produce ground pollution. However, it's an eco inland water treatment plant, so I'm assuming it's not that bad. Oh, I think that's what we have over here. Yeah, we already have one. So let's have two. Maybe even three, because they're so cheap. What's this? Okay, this is a recycling center. Let's place this guy. Let's actually relocate this over here, and that'll give us some more room for a water treatment plant. Now, why did I take the time to place it down over here? I'm not really sure. But I should probably relocate them all over here. Like, is that gonna matter if it's right beside a power plant or like right in an industrial zone? I don't think so. I mean, if it produces pollution, then I don't think it should be an issue. I know, like, water towers, now that's a huge no-no. Don't place that anywhere near industries because it's just going to suck up the ground pollution and feed it to your entire population. And that is not good, so don't do that. Garbage processing status, I still don't fully understand that. So if somebody could explain this to me, like this bar right here. Does that mean... Oh, crap. Okay, I think... Does this mean... I think I light bulb moment. landfill usage is at 100%. So my landfills are 100% full. And garbage processing status, so I'm not able to process enough garbage to eliminate what's in the landfill. So if I was in the green here, my landfills would be emptying, I believe, because I'd be like processing more garbage than the landfills can store. But right now it's the opposite. So I'm not processing enough garbage, so the landfills are getting full. Am I right? Is that how it works, guys? Let me know down in the comments. It's kind of embarrassing because I've been running my YouTube channel for like 3 years now, going on 4 years, and I'm still like, I should be answering your questions. I should be the pro here. But I don't know, guys, you just get out of the loop, I guess, when you're playing the game aesthetically for years. You lose the touch of actually playing the game like it's meant to be played. And I gotta stop plopping things because we're getting pretty low on cash. And okay, so we're about at like 20 minutes in the episode now. I kind of promised you guys... Oh crap, yeah, we need some water over here. Well, I didn't really promise anything, but I told you guys that I'd like to... Oh my god, look at the mess I made. I kind of promised you guys that I would get to at least unlock the trains this episode. That's my goal. So in the next 10 minutes or so, I usually do half-hour episodes. Let's try to get to 9,500 people. Can we do it? I don't know. Let's... Here, yeah, I'm gonna make a little subdivision over here. Residential demand is up again. And over here I have plenty of room for some high-density residential. Look at that. There's our ticket to 9,500 right there. And I'm curious to see how this whole thing's gonna react. Like once I start removing industries and start moving them over here, I may have to get into this large infrastructure project sooner than later because like this is gonna produce a huge bottleneck eventually. And I'd rather the bottleneck be over here in this interchange than over here. And maybe can we enact some policies that will like reduce traffic on this road and maybe only allow trucks? We'll have to investigate that maybe in the next episode, guys. Oh crap, I wanted high density over here. Here, let's start to trade some low density for high density now. We're in a city status now. Oh yeah, we're totally gonna make it. Look guys, 9,000 people. And I think by the end of this episode, I'd like to place down a train station. An industrial train station. That's my goal. So in the next like 5 minutes or so before the end of this episode, let's try to do that. Money is doing really good, guys. We haven't been in the red since like ever. That's fantastic. Okay, yeah, so I think I'm done placing down some residential for now. Let's just quickly go over all of our services, make sure the city's doing good. So traffic-wise, of course, our bottlenecks are in this region. I wasn't too surprised there. Noise pollution, ground pollution. I can maybe see some citizens getting sick here, but anyway, we'll ignore that. Health. Oh yeah, health is kind of struggling over here. We should probably do something about that. $50,000. Okay, so let's just wait another couple of seconds before we get to $65,000. Maybe then we can place a hospital down. What about death care? Crematorium availability. Cemetery usage is at 25%, so we're all right there. Child care. I think that's good. 74% in health. That seems realistic. In elder care, naturally it's going to be a bit lower, I'm assuming. Lifespan is 71 years. That's kind of low. Oh, it just went up. 73 years. Look at that. People are suddenly healthier. And look at that. Wow. $69,000. Let's place a hospital. Boom. Look at that, guys. We're a small city. And look at all the new interesting stuff that we've unlocked. A lot of transportation things that we've just unlocked. So that's going to make the game a lot more fun. Now let's place our hospital down in a strategic location that's going to provide easy access throughout the whole city. Because we don't even have a clinic. We only have that elder care thing over there. Maybe we can place the hospital down like right smack dab in the middle of the city. I think right here would probably be a good, decent location. Good access to this main avenue. You can pretty much get anywhere. Let's go with that, guys. So that should help us out. See, look at that. Whole bunch of buildings upgrading already. So that's a great sign. So yeah, now that we have our train stuff, I think the first step... Well, the first step is going to be making sure that we have enough money, but I think we do because we got that big bonus there for reaching small city status. But let's convert these to one-ways. And first, let's go to our train menu. Yeah, cargo train terminal. It's not that big, so if I go, would this be the proper location? Boom, look at that, guys. Perfect. Okay, so I'm just gonna pause the, well, I don't really need to pause the game at all. There's no trains running along here. Let's have our train station right here. Connect this all back up. And there you go. So, let's set ourselves up with another one-way going up here. Swap these two. And boom, there we go. Holy crap, how much was that train station? Well, it must have been like 60 grand. It was 60 grand for that train station. Holy crap, guys. I'm gonna stop saying that the game is easy. Because it's not. It's very difficult. Just like I remembered it like 5 years ago. But yeah, anyways, so there you have it. Oh, nice. Look at all the high density. Oh, those are offices. I think we have a few apartments springing up, like over here. Oh, yeah. Oh, and look at this nice skyscraper over here. This is like the tallest building in town. Right by the highway. So, yeah, there you have it, guys. That's where I'm going to leave it for this episode. So we have our train station. That should alleviate some of the traffic that's coming in over here. And plus, once we move all of our industries in this location and maybe reconfigure this interchange, that should help out a lot with these bottlenecks over here. So we can reserve all of these roads for cars and no longer need to have like trucks and stuff going that way. So yeah, guys, I thank you so much for watching this episode. If you liked it, please give it a thumbs up and also consider subscribing to the channel for many more videos just like these coming out. That would mean the world to me if you did. And also check out my Patreon page if you'd like other means of supporting the channel. So guys, until the next episode, please take care.